Please.
Earlier, Mr. Chair, my staff, uh, I instructed my staff to include my name in the list of interpellators. And the COMSEC said that it is not possible that my name be included. She was asked whether there is some basis for this in our rules. The COMSEC's answer, Mr. Chair.
I will include you, Congressman Marcoleta. Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The question, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
I
please
am trying to
continue.
explain my point.
Please continue, Congressman Marcoleta.
Because in the totality of evidence, as stated by Honorable Castro, there is an existing case, Mr. Chair. Ong versus Senate, GR number 257401, which says that the court ruled that the determination of whether a testimony was false or evasive requires an assessment of the totality of evidence presented to determine whether a witness speaks truthfully or merely trying to evade answering the question directly. So I am asking, Mr. Chair, how was the totality of evidence assessed, if ever it was assessed? Ano po yung pinagbatayan? I think we deserve to know how the assessment was made. This concerns the liberty of an individual. Under the Constitution, no one should be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. I think Attorney Lopez deserves to be heard. Ano po yung assessment na ginawa ng chair o ng committee? Kasi po, ang nabasa ko lang o nakita ko, Mr. Chair, Attorney Lopez wrote the COA explaining the position of the OBP that the audit observation memo is not conclusive, which means, Mr. Chair, Attorney Lopez is merely explaining the nature of an audit observation memo. If I were the lawyer of the OBP, I would have done the same, because I think the very nature of the AOM, it is not final and executory. Why would the COA abdicate its mandate of auditing the transaction or the funds utilization of the OBP? Why would the committee, Mr. Chair, arrogate upon itself the very mandate and responsibility of the Commission on Audit? Article 9D, Section 2, Paragraph 1 of the 1987 Constitution, Mr. Chair, I will read. The Commission on Audit shall have the power, authority, and the duty to examine, audit, and settle all accounts pertaining to the revenue and receipts of and expenditures or uses of funds and property. Mr. Chair, this constitutional provision jibes with Section 25, Paragraph 2 of Presidential Decree 1445 or the State Audit Code of the Philippines, which says, to develop and implement a comprehensive audit program that shall encompass an examination of financial transactions, accounts, and reports, including evaluation of compliance with applicable laws and regulations. Meaning to say, Mr. Chair, the mandate and authority to audit accounts on the expenses or expenditures of government is only the COA. I believe it is my respectful submission, Mr. Chair, that this committee usurped that particular mandate and that will now put the Commission on Audit positions in a compromise, Mr. Chair. How will you now assess the authority, the integrity, and the mandate? It is an independent constitutional body which mandate rests upon them. And I think the audit observation memo, Mr. Chair, is still under process by the committee, by the Commission on Audit. Why would we take that responsibility from the Commission on Audit? Why don't we allow the process to proceed and complete that investigation? I'm raising a constitutional issue before this committee, Mr. Chair. We cannot arrogate upon ourselves the principal mandate reposed to the COA. It is the Constitution itself which gave them that responsibility, that authority and mandate. Where in Article 7 of the Philippine Constitution, which is the grant of legislative power, can this committee arrogate upon itself that particular mandate? I would like that question to be answered, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Marcoleta. The Chair would like to recognize the Honorable Congressman Paduan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, just to clear it out with regards to the jurisprudence that's cited by the Honorable Marcoleta with regards to Ong versus Senate, that is true. No, that the resolution of the Supreme Court favors Lincoln Ong, but that is a question of due process because Lincoln Ong was that time was cited in contempt. Now, question the case of
Mr. Chair, I directed
Andale
the
po.
question to you.
I am not yet finished my manifestation or answer to the query of the Honorable Marcoleta. Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
Please
Chair,
wait
was
to be
the
recognized,
Honorable...
Congressman Marcoleta,
Mr.
wait to
Chairman.
be recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I have all the
Mr.
right.
Chair,
Paduano, you
the
have the-
question was addressed to...
Congressman Marcoleta, let me first recognize Congressman Paduano.
Before you answer, before you recognize him,
Congressman Marcoleta, you are out of order.
I deserve, Mr. Chair, an answer.
1 minute suspension is declared by the Chair.
Honorable Marcoleta, may I be cleared out po yung sa aking motion? So my motion is on the table. So may I know the decision of the chair?
Tapos na po, na-declare na
So,
nakapag-act na po ang Chair.
Okay, so wala na po tayong ano doon.
Wala na,
Okay.
there is no pending motion.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, to answer the question of the Honorable Marcoleta with respect to the totality of acts of Attorney Lopez, the Chair already explained it clearly in my opening remarks. And I will repeat, Congressman Marcoleta. While Attorney Lopez presented herself as respectful or courteous, nakita po ng committee na ang kanyang mga sagot at mga pagkilos mula sa mag-umpisa ng inquiry nito ay evasive, uncooperative, and untruthful. Ang suma total at kabuuan ng kanyang mga acts and responses ultimately convinced the committee that Attorney Lopez was guilty of interfering in and frustrating Congress' exercise of its power of legislative inquiry. Halimbawa, isolated incident lang daw ang kanyang pagtanggal kay Yusek Gloria Mercado sa DepEd, subalit napaamin rin siya kalaunan na may mga iba pa siyang mga tinatanggal na opisyal sa DepEd kahit na hindi siya opisyal neto. Paulit-ulit din pong sinabi ni Attorney Lopez na wala siyang alam sa utilization ng Confi Fund ng OBP. Paulit-ulit ito na sagot, subalit may mga dokumento at ebidensya kagaya na lamang ng mga sulat sa COA at testimonya mismo ng iba pa nitong resource persons na nagtuturo kay Attorney Lopez bilang involved hindi lang sa pag-request ng Confi Fund kundi pati na rin sa utilization at liquidation nito. Inamin ni Attorney Lopez na sila ng kanyang assistant COS na si Limuel Ortoño ang nakalagda sa sulat sa COA patungo sa liquidation ng confidential funds. Inamin niya rin na nag-issue siya ng isa pang sulat na tinatangkang pigilan ng COA sa pag-comply sa isang subpoena mula sa kongresong ito. Ilang beses rin po nakatanggap ang komite ng mga iba pang sulat mula kay Attorney Lopez na tumatangging humarap sa komite on the basis of the same grounds na kanyang inilahad sa sulat ng COA. Kung titignan po ang totality of Attorney Lopez acts, malinaw na mayroong clear, persistent, and willful attempt to interfere, frustrate, and defeat the inquiry undertaken by the committee. At dahil dito ay nahatulan siya ng contempt under Section 11F of our Rules of Procedure governing inquiries in aid of legislation. During the course of the hearing, Attorney Lopez was asked, tinanong po siya, kung sila po ay nagsampa ng kaso dito po sa Supreme Court, dito po sa request ng Kamara para humingi po ng mga dokumento, at sinabi po niya ay hindi. Ang act po ng Congress, ito po yung nadesisyonan na noong nakaraang committee hearing, at kung meron man pong question sa constitutionality na ginagawa po ng Kamara, at any time po pwede po tayong mag-question sa Supreme Court via petition for certiorari. Maraming salamat po, Congressman Marcoleta.
Mr. Chair, yun nga po yung tinatanong ko sa inyo kanina kung paano ginanap yung assessment ng totality of evidence. Sapagkat kung napansin po ninyo, isinama po yung di umano ay pagtatanggal ng ibang kawani ng DepEd na wala yatang, ang pagkakatingin ko po sa mga minutes, ay wala pong due process na pinagtatanggal po sila. Isa po yun yata sa ebidensya na ipinasok ninyo sa totality. Tama po ba?
Isa lamang po yun sa mga napag-usapan po.
Gusto ko lamang pong puntuhan
Tama
yun
po.
sapagkat ako po bilang isa, tinanggal po ako sa lahat ng aking committee. Hindi ko man lang po alam kung ano yung kasalanan ko. I was not even informed. The first element of due process is notice. I was not notified. What did I do wrong? Wala po. Pero pinagtatanggal po ako, tinanggap ko naman eh. Pero wala pong due process. Yung po ang gusto kong ipaintindi rin. Pati nga po yung membership ko sa Commission on Appointments na wala namang kinalaman dito sa gawain natin sa Kongreso, tinanggal din po ako ron. Meron po bang due process? Tingnan po ninyo yung ginawa niyang sulat.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order.
What is the point
I
of
think,
order, Congressman
Mr. Chairman,
Dan
the
Fernandez?
good gentleman is not under investigation in this committee, and we are investigating other matter. If you wanted to be investigating
Mr.
that
Chair,
matter, I think,
I
Mr. Chairman,
still
this is not
have
the
the
right
point
floor,
of
point.
order
Mr. Chair.
is proper.
I still have
What
the
is-
floor, Mr.
what is
Marcoleta.
the point of
I'm still-
order?
the point
Congressman
of order.
Marcoleta, please
to
wait to be
suspend, Mr.
recognized.
Chair.
1 minute
Pwede
suspension
po
is
bang
declared by the
pigilan
chair.
ng isang nagsasalita?
Mr. Chair, while you are suspended, may we respectfully request that all the employees of the Office of the Vice President sit together so that we can easily confer with each other, because the other employees are quite few seats away from us. So we want to sit together so that we can confer easily with each other. Please, thank you.
The point of order is the second highest motion.
Of Undersecretary and Assistant Secretaries and other appointed positions or positions of trust and confidence by the appointing authority. The resignation letters of the USEX and the ASEX of DepEd were accepted by the appointing authority. And who is that? Mr. Chair. The President of the Republic of the Philippines. It is not the Secretary of the Department of Education. So you ask the President of the Republic of the Philippines why he accepted the resignation of the USEX and the ASEX.
What is the point, Honorable Vice President?
Ang sinasabi ko sa inyo, bakit nyo kine-question ang due process? Tanungin nyo ang appointing authority, bakit niya tinanggap ang resignation letter?
Madam Vice President,
Yes, sir.
we will, wala pa po tayo dun sa usapin na yun.
Sa anong usapin,
Later
sir?
later po sa binabanggit po ninyo.
Sa anong
Wala
usap-
pa po tayo sa period of interpellation. Bubuksan ko pa lamang po ang period of interpellation.
Yes, sir. Nandun na kayo sa topic. Hindi po tayo nag-i-interpellation
Madam
ngayon.
Vice President, nag-uusap po muna ang mga miyembro.
Yes,
so,
sir.
please do respect yung
Yes,
mga...
I am very respectful. I am dovetailing from Congressman Marcoleta. The appointing authority is the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Why are you questioning due process in a discussion of resignation of USEX and ASEX?
Wala pa pong nagtatanong about that, Madam Vice President.
Sir, kinontempt nyo
Madam-
sir, dinetain nyo na yung tao for due process.
Madam Vice President,
Sir, nasa loob ng detention ang tao because you questioned due process. Asaan ang explanation ng due process ninyo doon? Nasaan?
Madam Vice
Tinanong
President,
kita kanina. I'm sorry, sir. Tinanong kita kanina, sino ang appointing authority? USEC ng ASEC. Anong sagot mo? Secretary. Hindi mo
pa po-
alam.
Hindi pa po ako nagsumasagot.
Hindi mo. Nakita kita, sumagot. Camera. Kita kita sumagot. Sinabi mo,
Mr.
Secretary.
Chairman, motion to
Hindi
suspend
ninyo alam
for 5
lahat.
minutes.
1
Five
minute
ang
reset.
nag-a-appoint
One
ay
minute
President.
suspension is declared by the Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair.
may I be allowed?
Yes, Madam Vice
Yes.
President.
You need to reconsider that extension of your detention. It was illegal in the first place. You asked the President why he accepted the resignation. Do not ask due process.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Paduano. Congressman Nakop.
Mr. Chair, Madam Vice President, if you have any question insofar as the actions of this committee are concerned, I think the proper remedy is for you to go to the court.
Sir, I will go to court.
Opo, pero
Oo,
that is
pero
your...
araw-araw, you are depriving a person of her liberty while I await
That is precisely the point, ma'am.
the...
If our action of detaining your chief of staff is against the law, I think the proper remedy, and I think you're a lawyer,
Yes, sir.
the proper remedy is to go to the court.
Sir, do you really want to show the Filipino people kung anong kaalaman ninyo sa batas?
Ang sinasabi ko lang po ay sundin
Oo.
po natin yung batas
Kaya
dito
nga,
sa
sir,
House.
sundin natin yung
Kasi
batas.
nandito po kayo dito sa bahay ng Kongreso.
Yes, sir. Sundin natin yung batas. Why will you penalize, punish Yusek Lopez for an act of the President?
Madam Vice President, that is the decision of the committee as a whole. Sana po respetuhin po ninyo.
Yes, sir.
Kung meron pong
Okay.
remedy, alam naman po ninyo bilang abogado na tama po yung sinasabi ni Congressman Akop, pwede po tayong mag-file ng relief sa court.
Okay, sige, sir. Tinutulungan ko lang kayo, sir, kasi napapahiya ang Pilipinas. Ganito ba ang House of Representatives? Tinutulungan ko lang kayo.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Vice President.
With all due respect,
Yes,
Mr. Chair,
Congressman
Mr. Chair, I move that we
Deputy
strike
Speaker
out. Yeah, I move that we
Suarez.
strike out that last comment said about the House of Representatives. I don't think that is warranted. Neither is it fair to make statements such as that. So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
And Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
may
Congressman
we
Dan
remind all the
Fernandez.
resource persons to address the chairman kasi nakakawala po ng respeto sa committee na to kung hindi po natin i-address ang chairman. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.